Hi everyone, it's Marcy Bessaker and happy Tuesday. I'm almost forgetting what day it is. My granddaughter was here, she just left and she is on her way home. They just landed in Seattle. I'm turning my volume down here so it doesn't get super loud. So this is the fun card we're going to be making today, and I actually have 2 cards and 1 3D project for you today. So, hi Tashana, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. I'm just waiting a little bit for people to get on. We are going to create 2 cards and 1 3D project. And the 3D project is a project that I saw last year. And it was just so cute. I wanted to make it, and I never got around to making it last year. I made a version of it, but I will be making it today. So I'm excited. And I said I was going to do Christmas, so I'm going to do Christmas. And then I'm going to go back into regular stuff starting on Sunday. So current catalog items, and then we will go back into Christmas again towards the end of the month. Oh, that's great. They are in Seattle, and then they have another flight not until 5 o'clock. So they're kind of hanging out a little bit and hanging out at the airport, and then they'll get home about 7 tonight. So it's a long flight. Now they can understand what Ani goes through when she comes home from there. There's never a direct flight from them. Hi, Sharon. Okay, guys, so we have 3 projects to do. We're going to get started. So here is the first card we're going to make. I just absolutely love this card. And the 3D item that we're going to make will be our last project, and it will go with this card. Okay, so we are going to get started because I have so much to show you. First, a little bit of business. Don't forget it's bonus days. So if you purchased from me through August 3rd, $50 or more, you will get a coupon code immediately back right after you get your confirmation of your order. That there will have a code on there, and then you're going to use that code, save it. What I did is I created a folder and just save your code in there, and then on August 4th, when the holiday catalog starts, you'll have an immediate $5 off for every $50 you've spent up until then. So that is great news. You'll save some money there, so don't forget that. Of course, Paper Pumpkin is an awesome gift, is an awesome subscription. And I'm super excited to get this month, so I'll show it to you when I get it. Right now, we are going to the August, is what you would be signing up for now, is the August Paper Pumpkin. And we never know what it is exactly. I do know that it has something to do with medals and trophies and heroes. And they did mention like nurses, doctors, teachers. So maybe kind of a hero thank you kind of a set. So I know it's cards, and that's all I know. So I think they did mention the colors. But I did put a little video on my Facebook page, which is Marcy Bessaker Designs. So please feel free to go over there. I'd love for you to subscribe there. A lot of times I will post and say, don't forget I go live today at 2 or at 12. Or sometimes I'll do a live over there. Just pop on and do a live because I have something I want to share or show. So go over there. The other thing is on my business page on my blog. It's marcybessaker.com, and then you also have join my team and join Paper Pumpkin right at the top. So if you can see that, it will take you right here, join my team and join Paper Pumpkin. You can click on those and just get more information. Of course, right here is the shop my online store, and so you can click there. That will take you right into my Stampin' Up store. Just as if you were to go into the direct link to my Stampin' Up. And then my hostess code is right here below. that says July host code, and it has that right here after that. If you add that in at Hy-Vey as a code, if your order is less than 150. If it's more than 150, then don't use this code. I want you to get your rewards, and you will get the percentage and the items depending on how big your order is. If you have friends that want to order together and then make it 150 so you guys can get some items for free, and dimensionals or whatever, you can split, right? Then if you scroll down below, you're going to see the current catalog here. And then this is the mini beginner catalog, which has some really great tips and techniques in there. And it's a great idea. It gives you a full list of things that you could use for special projects. And of course, down here, Stampin storage. A lot of people ask about my dies. That is what I use to store, and I am an affiliate for them, so I'd appreciate if you use that. Below my YouTube video, we'll have my link also, so you'll see that when I get there. You'll get a pop-up to subscribe. It's down here to my blog, and at the very top up here to subscribe. And I usually post my blog. I usually go off of my YouTube videos. So when I do my blog, I'll do this video and then I create a blog and put the video in it. So you will get a little more detail, sometimes some measurements, sometimes more specials or little tips and tricks that I did. The video will show a lot of stuff, but the blog sometimes has easier links to get to and that kind of thing. So that's kind of a fun deal. I would love it if you guys would share my video with others and other crafty friends and pages that you like to see crafty things on. That would be awesome. Trying to build my business. I am over 1,000 this last week, so I was super excited about that. And for those of you that joined me last Sunday with my granddaughter, she had a blast. She had so much fun. She drew stuff. This was her old drawing, and I don't know what she did with her other drawings, but this was her drawing she did. And she's got a lot of other ones like this. She said it's all the people watching us. So pick which one you are. Just kidding. Okay, so we had a lot of fun. And she loved it. And you guys messaged in and said, oh, cute bow, thank you for helping Grandma. She had a blast. So I had so much fun with that. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Sharon. Yeah, it was so much fun. Okay, we have a lot to do, so we're going to get busy. And so let's get going. So like I said, we're going to have 2 cards, and we are going to do one 3D project to match this card. Okay, so we're going to do this card first. And I have to share, I was going to print out my list and I forgot. I will have it listed here. Let me list this really quick here so you guys, in case you're looking. So these gold cards and envelopes right here. So look how pretty these envelopes are. I'm going to switch my screen here. I want to make sure that you can see this. Let me go into my live and post this really quick. Okay, so it looks like it's listed. All right, good. Okay, so these are shimmery gold. They are so pretty, you guys. Look, gold through and through these envelopes. And they're a nice quality. And then you get these cards. And you get 10 cards, 10 envelopes, $10, you guys. $10. So you get the gold around the outside. It's so pretty. And then you get this gold envelope that I'm sure you can write on. I would maybe use something, not a wet gel pen kind of thing. I would use ink or maybe a thin marker or something. Or a clear label, but it's gorgeous. $10. Okay, so this is what we're using today. So I'm gonna need, I think I pulled them out already, so let me see. I did move my light over a little bit because this is really blingy, and I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing here without having too much of a glare. So let's get busy. All right, so we are going to stamp our sentiment. I listed the items below what I used, but the holiday items we cannot post. They're not in our program that pulls up our information. So I will be giving you those items. So the Snowflake Wishes, I used May Your Season Sparkle, because I just thought that would be really cute with the sparkling stars. Okay, so that's what I used here, is just the sentiment out of this. Then, which I'm going to pull out because I actually need it right now. I just love the sentiment. All right. I tend to like to lay these down and then pick them up with the block. I need to clean my block, so don't look too closely. Lois and card base is still available. I thought they retired them. I could double check. I thought I just saw them. Yeah, because I just ordered more. Let me glance real quick and I'll tell you. I will tell you right now. Oh, that is not good. I just ordered some. I just ordered 2 packs of these. Let me try something else. Maybe it's a different number. Well, that's interesting because I just saw them on here and I have them coming in an order because I ordered 2 packs of those, Sharon. I wonder if they're on the retired or something. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, well, we're going to pretend that I'm going to try and search a little more. Hold on. Well, that's interesting because it doesn't show them on here now, but I ordered them. I ordered like 2 more packs just the other day. Thanks, Sharon. If you can check for me, that'd be awesome. And maybe it's under a demo purchase, but I didn't think so. But thanks for checking for me. Sorry, guys, if they're not available, that's kind of a bummer. But you could always take your gold paper and do a trim around the outside to kind of tie in the gold. And this paper actually has copper. So I did copper and gold, and it looks fine. It is so blingy and pretty. I just had to do that. So, all right, so I'm going to set those aside. I don't even have them yet in my order, so that's what's weird is I know they were on there. Now I'm bummed, but okay, so I won't brag about the envelope and the thing too much because that's a bummer. All right, so this is the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this now so I don't get that mixed up. I like to add an inside even though it's the same color because it just makes the cardstock just a little more sturdy. So I'm just going to put that on there. I should probably get a paper underneath me, but all right, so we trimmed that. So now I'm going to set that aside so that's ready to go. We'll just set it in here. And I'm going to pull this in for some stamping. All right, so inside of this, what I did is I did 5 by 3 1/4. So let's see, 5, 3 3/4, 3 3/4 by 5. Maybe that's what it is, Tashana. Maybe they're coming back in the new catalog. Okay, let me double check. Maybe that's why I was able to get them. Okay, yes. They are going to be item number 153532. And yes, you will be able to get them in the new catalog. I saw them and I ordered them, but I don't think I saw them on the new catalog. I saw them online. So I ordered them. And so either they're coming back or they're just not available yet. So they will be August 4th. Thank you. Now I'm feeling better that I'm not going crazy. Okay, so what I did with this, because I wanted the cute little corners to all show up, I just took the smallest round punch. I mean, this one's a half, but you use what you have. And I just cut off the corners. And I just kind of gauged it. I mean, kind of made them the same size. It's not earth-shattering, but close to the same size. And that way, when you put your card in here, you just are able to kind of see your corners because you want to see all that pretty, right? Oh, thank you, Tashana, for figuring that out. Thanks, Sharon, for checking. All right, so I'm going to just glue this down. And this card, you guys, it's just, it looks like a lot and it's super simple. Let the card and the gold embossing do all the work for you, right? All right, so I just kind of slid this in, kind of just center it there. All right, so look at that. So pretty. Look what it's done already, and the card has all the gold. The paper, as I showed you before, I take my paper and I chop it up. So love it, chop it. And so I put this all in here. And so these are all the different designs in this. Of course, they have the metallic on one side and not on the other. Yeah, Sharon, Tashana found them. They're in the new catalog, so they will be coming back August 4th. That's why I was able to order them. Okay, so there we go. So there's all these beautiful papers. And so this is what we're going to be using today, is this paper. And this paper is called Brightly Gleaming Specialty Design Paper. This is a returning item, I believe, 150429. Okay, so there's the paper we're using. All right, so we've got this done, and now I already cut my gold here. And sometimes I tend to cut out the middle, but I'm not going to today. But I need I'm going to stamp on this. Where's my, where is it? Oh, okay, so here's my piercing mat. I'm going to be using my polymer stamp set. Now when I used yes, they are very vanilla. I used the two largest here on this section here. So I did this one in the gold. I'm going to do this one in the very vanilla here. All right, so we're just going to do our sentiment. Make sure you put it to where you have enough room for your die to go around. So I didn't want to go too far over that way. All right, now I'm just going to put this on here and kind of center it. Make sure I get all my cute little squigglies. So you guys, I don't know if you've heard, but in California they opened salons a couple of weeks ago, and gyms and churches, and I guess now they're closing them back down again. So that's kind of a bummer. I was just needing a haircut again. All right, so there's that. And when I heard it was going to happen, I messaged my poor hair lady and said, oh, I need to get in. But didn't realize he said, today we close. And I'm like, oh, well, guess I'm not getting a haircut. All right. So we're going to add this on here. So very vanilla, and then this is gold. I had a lot of gold. I do have some copper and brass, but because the outside of the envelope has gold, I kind of wanted to tie it together, and I am okay with that being the copper. I got a little bit of glue right here. I just take my piercing tool and just kind of go over it, and then once it dries, I'll get it off. So we'll leave that for now. Okay, so now I have the inside, the panel, and our sentiment we're going to pop up, but now we need this beautiful star here. And I have the gold paper and the star. So here is the star. This is from the Stitched Stars, you guys. This is available now. This is gorgeous. This has some really pretty swirls, and you're going to see me use this later. But for now, we're going to use this one. And I had a piece of gold out for it. Let me see what I did with it. Well, it snuck away. Although I have 3 piles of project stuff, so it's probably here somewhere. But that's okay. We're just going to cut another quick piece. All right, let me look really. Oh, here it is right here. Look at that. All right, because what I decided to do, and I didn't do last time, oh, that's awesome, Vay. Okay, so what I decided to do is to use our adhesive sheets. Oh, look what I did, though. I forget that this is different. Okay, so we're going to do it this way. And add the adhesive on. Look what I did. So the adhesive, I forget, is on the back side of this. Not on, it doesn't stay on here. So when you pull these pieces off, they're on here. So what we're going to do is just align this up and align this one up. So let me get my sticky off my hand here. All right, now I'm going to take the die and we're going to die cut this out. Make sure it's on the sticky, which is down here. Oh, and you know, I also took this cute little star. You'll see I did right here. Just accented another little star. So I'm going to put that one right there. All right, let me die cut these out. I wanted to show you about the adhesive sheet, so I didn't pre-cut some of these, but the next card I have a little more items cut out. And when they're intricate dies like that, I like to go through and then come back through just to make sure that they cut well. Especially when it's going through the adhesive and the die. Okay, so we have that. My little star. All right, put things back so we don't lose them. Hi, Carmen. You know, Vay, I was with Stampin' Up. I've used Stampin' Up since before they were Stampin' Up. I did 1990 is when I started stamping. My son was just born, about 91, because we had just moved. And my new neighbors were having a party, and we went there. And then I finally joined Stampin' Up. My son went into the military, so I started doing scrapbooks. And then I started doing Operation Right Home and making cards for that. And then I decided I was going to a party, and I kept going to her classes. And finally I decided, you know what, I just need to join, because I am buying so much stuff that it just made sense. So I joined back then, I want to say 2012, I think. And then I stopped. I left Stampin' Up for a few years, and then I just rejoined in February. So I'm just back, and I'm so excited. I'm just loving all the changes that they've made and the designs they have, and I'm just really happy with everything Stampin' Up's doing right now. They've just really impressed me, so I'm really happy to be back. All right, guys, so I'm just cleaning out the die, all the little bits, and I've got the sticky stuff on the back. Oh, thank you, Vay. Yeah, I really enjoy doing the videos. It's a lot of fun. It's like crafting with friends, like I said before. And I don't edit, you guys, so as you know, my lovely granddaughter burped like crazy in the video last weekend, and it is what it is. It's life. It's what happens. I don't edit videos. I may choose not to do post it, but now that I've been going live, kind of just is what it is, right? All right, so because it's so delicate, you got to be careful when you take off this adhesive. And then what I did is when I went through and back through, I think my die jumped just a bit. So, which is okay. I just have to, the adhesive is just really fine on here. So I'm just taking that off. And remember, the adhesive also is in 3 sections. So when you're taking this off, you might think, oh, it's going to all kind of roll off, and it doesn't, because the adhesive will be in 3 different sections, because I put 3 pieces on here. And it looks like it made 2, and the other star is probably on the 3rd one. But I just want to make sure I got all that off. And then I'm just going to put this like right here. The adhesive makes such a big difference than what I did yesterday when I was working on this one. I did not do the adhesive. Now you could also just use these stars. So now you have stars here that you cut out in the die. Oh, that one's not. That one's we're using. These stars here, I'm going to set aside in my little bowl over here that I have little things in, because they have adhesive on the back of them now. And so we can use that for something else, another project. Hi, Steph. I'm glad you made it. All right, so we're going to adhere that on there. Now I'm going to pop this up here. So yeah, I've been crafting for a while. I did do affiliates for a while before I came back to Stampin' Up. So I just really like the community. I really like being a part of a group that, you know, we all work together, and it's really nice. There's some really great ladies I've been talking to in Australia that are just so fun. All right, so just find your spot where you want that. And remember, this has adhesive, so we're going to poke out our little centers. and peel the adhesive off. Okay, I have nails now, but very soon I probably won't unless the nails stay open, which would be nice. All right, so there is that. So look at how gorgeous this looks with just the card that comes in that kit. And I can't believe it's $10 for 10 of them. That's what I was like, well, I'm going to do all my Christmas cards on this. So I have a few different style cards I want to do that'll be perfect with these cards, and the envelopes are just gorgeous. All right, so there's our card. You don't have to decorate the envelope, guys, on this one. You know how I like to decorate the envelope with designer series paper. Well, you definitely don't have to with this, because look at that. Look how pretty that is. All right, so something to go along with this is going to come back. So we're going to set these aside because our 3D project will also have to do with this. But I'm going to hop over to our other card. So I'm going to set this one aside real quick. And now we're going to bring in this card. So this card was really fun. I have a challenge that I'm involved in. Again, with this one's with my upline, and our team is creating a card. And so what I did is I originally put this one on the Old Olive, and then I put it on the Peacock, but I went ahead and I was going to change it to Old Olive, but I think I'm going to stick with the Peacock because I like the contrast of that, and that looks the way that looks. So let me cut this. I put a new blade on my trimmer, and oh my gosh, it's kind of like wearing contact lenses, and you wait and wait and wait because you don't want to spend your money on the contact lenses and, you know, waste your money, and you think, oh, I can wear these another week or so, and then when you change them, you're like, oh my gosh, why did I wait so long? And that's exactly how I feel when I change my blades to my trimmer. I'm like, why do I wait? I don't know. All right, so let's get busy. So we're going to do, here's our envelope, and we are going to do our envelope. So I'm going to set that aside. I don't want to forget it. Sometimes I tend to forget that. And then we have this that I need to cut, make sure it's the right size. So this one I'm going to do, the same because I want this to be really out there. So I just want to make sure that this is 5.5 by 4 1/4, and it is. All right, trim this just a bit here. Okay. Oh, Charlie, no. Okay, so my dog hears the doorbell, and I can guarantee you that that's my UPS. I have 3 boxes coming for customer orders. All right. It's okay. Shh, it's okay. All right, so then this, I'm going to do the 4 by 5 1/4. And the reason I wanted to show you this is, remember when I cut my DSP, I do the 4 by 6. So again, we're going to cut this 5 1/4, and it's already at 4. So of course, we're going to save this for the inside of our card. All right, so I know you guys, turning this paper over is rough. Tishana, you're so funny. Just change them. You'll be so happy. All right, so we're going to flip it over, guys, and go this way. I know that is a tough decision. But like Kylie Petrucci says in Australia, love it, chop it, you can always buy more. And you're going to see at the end of this, when we do our 3D project, that I keep one I cut and put in my case, like I showed you guys with my paper, like this. And then I do Another one I keep full size for 3D projects, just exactly for that. Okay, so I did do some cutting ahead. So this square here, let me tell you which one it was. I cut the middle also. I think it was this one. No, one bigger. I cut the middle also. So it is and then I went 2 down. So it's the 4th from the largest, and then the 6th. So I did this one in the middle and took out some of the gold, and then this one's actually the copper, and then you can see, let me reach in my little bowl here. You can see that I kept the little ones because this can also go on another item. So I keep that. You don't want to waste your color, right? So these I've done. So I'm going to put those back. And I love these. You guys, if you are new to crafting, the stitched anything, the rectangles, ovals, circles, squares, those are, and stars, these are all like staples. They are, you always need these. So that if you're not sure what die to get, you're kind of thinking what you should get, that is definitely a must. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our sentiment here, see, and this is the one I told you is 2 down in, so this one's 4th in and this one's 6th in from the outside. So we're going to take this and stamp it. I don't need my piercing mat because we're going to do the red foam here. And while I'm right here with my chamois, I'm going to clean off my stamp. And we'll take that and put it back before I lose it. This is another set I'm going to be using soon. That's right. Waste not, want not. This is gorgeous. I can't wait. I love this. Thank you so much. The font is so pretty. And it has a Hanukkah stamp in it, which is really nice. All right. So I'm going to do this in the Old Olive. It's funny, my daughter's the one that told me to put these 2 ribbons on because I had like a branch, but I didn't really like the way it looked. And I was like, okay, I'm going to use the ribbon. But then I was like, oh, I don't know what ribbon I want. And she's like, okay, Mom, you need to put this one here and that one there. So she was helping me. All right. So we'll clean this off. Oh, I'm excited to show you guys the 3D item. It is so cute. Oh, this is on another card I'm having for class, so I have extras in here. You guys know I put all my little extra pieces in there in case when I pull this out, it's already done. All right, so now we're going to glue this. So I'm just going to go around the outside. Yeah, so like I said, I don't like to do, you know, Tashana, I'm trying to do a little more of them. I don't do enough of them. I do them like for my grandkids. I do like pop-up cards and I send little treat things to them and stuff, but I need to do more because I do like them. But Christmas time, I always tend to do more because it's just so fun. Okay, when it's a larger sentiment like this or a larger panel, I like to put one in the middle so it doesn't cave in. My little helper's not here to take off the little tags in the back. All right, so again, I'm not attaching the panel to the card base yet. I tend to try to get it all put together. And then my ink came out a little dark right there. Oh, did you see that? Oh, it wasn't even ink. How weird. It looked like it was a piece of paper or something. All right. Now, the great thing about this set, you guys, and look, I didn't even show you the set. It's called Christmas Gleaming. And this is gorgeous. I've done this embossed. Yes, Kelly, I took them to the airport at 10. They're in Seattle right now. They don't fly out of there until 5 o'clock. And then I love the font. And then the swirls on these. And this is really fun too. I thought of even adding that in the background, but since I've already stamped it, I won't. And there's the holly. But this just embossed and the gold is so pretty. All right, so there's the stamp set. And it comes with, oops, it comes with your 2 punches. So what we're going to do is we are going to punch. I did the blue just to make our 1. And you'll see, okay, so our DSP is white on the inside. So I'm going to show you a trick what I do with that. All right, so there's that one. And then we're going to use this beautiful paper. I'm going to use, let me see. Right there. So the green one does not do it like this one has a little more foil on it, and this one is a little more matte, I guess you can say. So I just take the same color. So I have the Night of Navy pen, and I just go around the edge. Now I always do this from the back, because if you slip, you're going on the back side. So if you slip or anything, but if you're doing this and you accidentally go across the top, you don't want to do that. So I'm just lightly going over it just to kind of get rid of that white on the outside, because this card is so dark. I don't want that white showing through. Okay, so just like that, super simple. And it takes that white away. Yes, if you buy them combined, you get 10%. That's correct. Bundles are always the way to go. Definitely. I get so mad at myself sometimes when I forget. And I'm like, oh, I gotta have that. And I get it. And then I'm like, oh, I got it. Oh, don't forget it has this. And then I'm like, oh, I should have bought the suite or the bundle. I don't forget that much anymore, but I used to. All right, so what I did with this, guys, is I put two dimensionals on here and just kind of place it where you want it. I brought this one down just a ways because we're going to put this one inward more. I want this one kind of up on top. So what we're going to do is leave this one, and we are going to add another one here. And I'm going to, I didn't do it on that one and I should have. I'm going to look for my little minis. So we're going to put two little minis on this guy. Okay, let me move that up a little bit. So we need to take the sticky off of here. And so we want to put two. We'd only want one on that one. But I do want to put a mini underneath this other one. So I took the sticky off the top already. And I just put it on my little tool and put it under, because we're going to stick a bow on there. So I want it to have a little more stability. All right, so now we're going to take these off. All right, so now we're going to just kind of snug that up right next to it, right there. All right, so everything's down. And you can see just a little bit of the dimensional, and that's okay because we're going to put a bow on top of that anyway. All right. So here's our bows. And I did do like a big old triple bow with both of them together. And it was just way too big. And I had it like up here, and I was like, that is way too much. So I'm just going to do a little bow. So you don't even want your fingers barely to be apart. But you've got to put your string through. I know you guys have seen me do this before, but the little bows are much harder. All right, so you're going to pull this through. Make sure your fingers are fairly close together because you want it to be little. Or if you have one of those bone makers, of course, do that. All right, so I'm going to pull this so my fingers are close and then pull this. Okay, so there's one bow. Oh, I'll do it a little slower. Hold on just 1 second. I'll do it slower because it is a great way to do bows. Of course, these teeny tiny bows is not the easiest to do, but if you have your pokey tool, you can help get it through your fingers. All right, so I'm going to take this off and just set it up here with your bow. All right, so there's your bow. All right, here we go, a little slower. Let me put my ribbon back. Okay, so this depends on the size of your fingers and if you want a big bow or a little bow, because you can just keep making a double bow, triple bow, and you can keep going. So these are going to be small, so I'm going to go 1, 2, so you do a figure 8. You hold it down a little ways, not on your fingertip, because you need that to put your ribbon around. Okay, so you go around this way and this way. So that's a figure 8. So now it's around both fingers. And then you go all the way over. So go all the way over and bring it through. Now remember your fingers, you want them to be fairly close. So I like bring it a little closer in so they're small. And then come back from you outward. So you want to just kind of like you're tying it in a knot right here. You just want to come in and through. And then just, this is where your one tail is and you want your other tail to be there too. So just pull it towards there. Yeah, it is kind of the same as the fork. For some reason the fork and I don't get along very well. So this kind of works out for me. All right, so we're going to do another glue dot. And of course glue dots are, when I left Stampin' Up! The first time, there were several things I could not live without. I used these glue dots and only these glue dots. So when I left with all my rewards money, I bought glue dots, the multi glue, and dimensionals. I had a ton of all of that. And so I'm super happy to be back and using this product again. I mean, I still was, but okay, so now I'm just going to glue this. We got to add our bling. I don't go too close to the edge. I do a fine line and just scribble. Oh, you're welcome. And then I rarely do a different card base color than the card base, like the panel. I usually just skip to here unless I do a little tiny something. Like normally I would do this at this size and then go down, or like half of that and then this go down. But I just really liked tying all these colors together. And now I ran out of vanilla, guys. It's in the box in my living room that just came. So I would add a vanilla panel to this. And I'm going to add that there. Okay, so that is like this. Okay, so this came off the edge of this. So like I told you, when I do the 4 by, yes, Stephanie, that's an ongoing joke. I do not need adhesive, but I still buy adhesive. That's why I'm never out. And I laugh because I said, with all this pandemic stuff, I'm still good with adhesive. I've got plenty. And I'll be just fine. All right, so we're going to do the quick envelope for this, and then we're going to move on to our 3D project. So I always take a larger paper like this. I take my envelope that I'm going to use, and I lay it on there. So now I have all kinds of scribble room here. I take my, and this is how I do it if I stamp, you guys. If I decide to stamp back here, same method. But I like to do this with the glue. I just go around, not too close because it's going to squish outward, right? But I just kind of go like that. And then I kind of dab the corners because I don't want it to lift. All right? And sometimes I just take this and make sure I get the corner up here. Add your corner. Lay it across. And now bring it out. And I just double check back here, make sure it's okay and it looks fine. And now I will cut it. And the envelope matches so pretty with this. I mean, such an easy little thing to do. And I want to say that this, of course, handy dandy grid paper, let's see, 2.5. So for the sheets of paper in here, guys, that are 4 by 6, when you cut strips to do on a project or something like this that you need, the other half is perfect for, in fact, this was a scrap piece that was in there, and I said, oh, I think that's going to fit for my envelope, and it sure does. So I keep everything. I even keep this because I can lay this right along the side of a copper piece on the inside of a card, and it just adds just that little extra something that just matches. Or you can make it in the middle of a card, and I'll show you what I mean. So when I showed you a bit ago, and so I just cut these off, not this way, but outwards. That way if I need that strip, I can cut it even. But this card, and I've showed this card before, it's coming up in a class, but this, I did this with that little gold. I told you I did a little bit of gold, and I cased this, and I can't remember who it's from right now. I want to say Terry Pocock, I think. I think it was her. And but when you do your inside, see how I just added a little bit of gold and then this here. And so just these little strips of paper can be used. So if it's something that can be used, keep it, especially designer series paper. I keep it because you just don't know when you can use it. All right, so this was going to go on the inside, and I believe this was going on the inside. So we're going to save these because I think I was going to do horizontal on this one, but we'll decide later when I open up my vanilla. All right, guys, so there is the second card. Okay, so one card and then two cards. And now we're going to go to our 3D project that's going to match this, all right? I did one that matches this other, and I'll show you. I'm going to set those aside. All right. Trying to clear my way a little here. And this I did case this offline. Obviously this week I was super busy with my granddaughter, but I definitely wanted to come on and do a video. But this, I had to go back and look and see who I got it from, because I got it a year ago. And we're gonna do this cute little bag. And I saw this a year ago, and I'm trying to find my paper that I had with it here. And let me see, I think it is Sam Donald is who I got it from. She's in the UK. And so I printed this up a year ago to use, and I've done something like it, but I really like how she did the paper in it. And so she just added some paper, and I did Old Olive to tie in with this and to tie in with our card. Okay, so we have the card, the envelope, and the bag, and it's all kind of just a cute, yes, Poodles, yes, that's exactly who it is. And this set was out last year. Now I did mine a little bit differently, but it was the same. And I've had the bag pattern before, but I liked how she did the star and how she did hers different star, different background, but she did the copper in the background with this, which I thought was really cute. So I'm going to show you from beginning to end how to create that. Let me move my punches out of the way here. All right, I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, which I've had this for a very long time, so I was glad they still carried it because I love, love, love scoreboard. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut your paper 9.5 by 6. So remember, 6 is half of the 12 by 12. And I showed you when I did my haul, but my pre-order, and I also told you that I cut up this to put in here, but I also keep one like this for 3D projects. Okay, so, or there's just different things you can create, envelopes and just all different types of things. So I actually am going to need to order more because I'm really going through this. But all right, so on the scoreboard you have your tool and you have your markers. Now I didn't use the markers because that's on another project I'm working on, so I'm just going to leave those, and since I'm just doing one here, I'm going to show you. So, and these, I will put these details on my blog, okay? So you don't have to worry about writing it down. I will have it all posted a little while after this video ends. Okay, so on the long width here, you're going to go 1.5. And remember, this is not cardstock. The DSP is a little thinner, so you don't want to do it too hard. 4.5, 6, and 9. Okay, then you're going to turn it, and then you're going to do it at 1.5. So you go to 1.5. Okay, and that's it for scoring. All right, so you do longwise, you're going to do 1.5, 4.5, 6, and 9. Those are inches. And then score on your short is 1.5. So for centimeters, it's going to be 4 centimeters, 11.5, 15.5, and 23. And then on the side, it's going to be at 4. Okay? And then your paper centimeters is going to be 24 by 15. All right, so that's what we have. And I only have those because she put them on her site, so I copied them so I can share those because I do not know centimeters. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is we are going to, I don't even burnish it. I do not use my phone folder very often on designer series paper. If I do, it's very lightly because I don't want it to rip, because it is a little more delicate. My fingers, I think, are enough to do it, and I'll show you where I do use it. So I'm still going along all the little edges. Okay, now this little corner down here, and I know it's going to be hard to see. Let's see if it's easier on this side. This little corner where you did the 9, we're going to take this off. Okay, so we're just going to take this off. Okay, so just that little piece off, and now we have the larger piece, let me see, and then the smaller pieces. So we're going to go like this. These are the flaps on the bottom that are going to close up your bag. All right, and then we're going to just slightly cut, and you do that a lot on boxes and 3D items, just because when you fold them, you want to make sure that those little edges are inside. And you don't want them sticking out of your fold. So I just kind of go smaller, bigger on the bottom and smaller towards the top. Just kind of shave it off, okay? And that's it on there. All right, now you need tear and tape. So a lot of people say, how do you get your stuff? Well, a lot of times I do go online and see other people's stuff. And they have brilliant ideas. That's why I put my stuff out there. I want people to do it. You know, if you want to try something new or different, or I have an idea, but then there's just like one little part of it I'm just not sure of, or how to finish it off or whatever. And that's what you do. You see other people's stuff and you think, oh, that's brilliant. And sometimes you just get 3 different ideas and kind of incorporate them together. And so when I did these cards, I was like, I did these cards on my own, but then when I saw the paper and everything, I was like, wait, I have a 3D item I wanted to use. I love the tear and tape. I don't do it really hard right here because they're overlapping. So what I do is I go to the under one first and I take it off. So I don't put the top one on super, I don't burnish it on because I have that other one that it's kind of layering over. So you want to make sure that, you know, you can get that off. So once you do that, I always fold my tape side in, and then I fold the other one right up against it. This is where I'll burnish a little bit just to get my tear and tape sticking good. Okay. All right, so what I didn't use on my other one, which I'm going to use this time because I forgot we have it, is our Stampin' Seal. This is for 3D projects, okay? So I'm going to take my lid off and I am going to do the 2 ends because what I'm going to show you, and let me think of how I did this last one. I like to put one end in, one of the good ends in, then put the sides in, because see, they're not going to stick out, see, because we trimmed them. And then I close that. And the reason is, when you look in the box, it's just a nice, let me see if I can get it, a nice solid bottom. Whereas if you did it this way, then you're going to have those flaps in there. And yes, you could glue them, but they still could get caught. It depends on what you're putting in there, right? So what I'm going to do is put adhesive on here. This, you can tell, look at how that tape has those little marks on it. It's because you could do just the smallest marks if you want. Thanks, Faye. All right, so I'm going to put this down and I'm going to close this. Get your box as square as you can. All right, and now we're going to do this one. Oops. Let's see. My little thing is, I think this is only the second time I've used this one. There we go. All right, I want it a little closer here. And I'm going to do a little closer to the edge. And it's going all the way off there, and you just fold it in, and it's fine. This stuff is sticky. Okay, so I'm going to fold that in, and then I'm going to fold this over, make sure it's square because this stuff sticks, right? And then I take my bone folder and I just kind of go lightly, because remember, this is designer series paper, not cardstock, so you don't want to like dig at it. I'm just kind of going back and forth a little, and now that box is set. Now what you do is you just pinch it, and then what she did is she just pinched it down. Okay, pinch it down. All right, so now there's your bag. You don't have to go all the way to the bottom because you want it to sit, right? Wow, this stuff is really strong. I really like it. Okay. All right, so now I did a little bit. Oh, you guys, I forgot our little sequins on the card before, so we'll have to go back to that. All right, so what I do is I find the back end, which is going to be, you can see right here, that's going to be the back side here. So I'm going to turn this over this way. This is going to be our front, so I'm going to glue it. All right, so this is the brass paper. This is the copper paper, guys, copper. And I did it. It matches the copper on the little envelope, the little paper. Let me move it so it doesn't glare. All right, so now I'm going to take this and do the stars, kind of tie in our card. We're going to do the blue. I don't need this on adhesive paper. Let me run that through. I can't believe we're making Christmas cards in July, but I am super excited. We have so many cute things this year that I just can't wait. There's so many more I want to do, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to get back to the regular stuff for a couple weeks, and then I'll start the holiday again, because I've got a lot of other ideas for our current stuff. All right, so let's poke all this out. Be careful, it's delicate. I'm going to say that and rip something, I just know it. All right. I mean, this die cuts so great. Is that hot where you guys are? My kids, they were like, it is hot, but my granddaughter was like, well, at least we have a pool. She lived in that pool, you guys. Every morning, as soon as she got up, she said, I want to eat breakfast and go swimming. So we kind of lived out there. It was a lot of fun, though. I miss them already. All right. Make sure my glue is on there. All right, so now we're just going to take this, and I think I'll go this way. So I just added a little bit of glue. Oh, that's a lot of glue. And you can use the fine tip glue. That works really well. I just don't have it at my fingertip. And if your edges are just kind of hanging out, that's all right. You just don't want it to go anywhere, and you're going to glue on top of it, so don't worry about that. All right, so we're just going to lay that there. It's kind of nice when you lay your item on there and just the glue starts to dry a little bit and get kind of tacky, and that's even better because then it doesn't squish all over like it just did right here. And so I'm just going to go towards. Okay, so let it get tacky and then it'll close up. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do the stars again. So what I did with this one is I took the larger star here and I took this star here because it had some design to it. So what I did is I'm going to do a blue star first and cut out a blue star. I love these stars. And I'm going to run just a blue star. So there's the blue star. And then I'm going to set that aside. Then I'm going to take my copper and I'm going to put the middle one, oops, it's got a piece of tape on it, so let me fix that. So I think this set would be such a cute idea for a gift or a coworker or a Secret Santa or whatever. And you're going to do a little, even like a hand sanitizer or a gift card or whatever in there. And with a nice Christmas card. Maybe you're going to a neighbor's house. The stars are available now. The stars are in the current catalog, I believe. I'll find the number. The number is 150653 and they're called Stitched Stars. All right, so here we go. So you're going to take your star and look at what it does. All right, let me move all this out of the way. All right, stitch stars. Yeah, when I first started getting all my essentials, when I first got back to Stampin' Up, I kept some of my circles and things like that, but a lot of them have changed, which is great because they've got stitching and stuff to them now, which is just so much better. Okay, this is going to come out 2 pieces. Remember, we stuck this one in the middle. So we're going to clean this one up. So I kind of overlooked the stars because I had so many other things I needed to buy. And so I was like, okay, I need my rectangles, my ovals, you know, the standard stuff. And then when I saw the stars, I was like, oh my gosh, this swirly one is just so gorgeous. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is bring this blue one back in. And we're going to, and this is kind of what I'm talking about, when you see other people do stuff and you kind of change it up just a little bit. The top part, well, number one, I don't have the foil elements that she used. And so I decided to do something different. But I love how she put the paper on the inside. And I just remember that being a really clever idea. All right. So you're just going to put your star together. Get it as close as you can, and then pick it up and fix it, because you don't want it to squish your glue everywhere. So make sure it's close. It's going to fit. It's an even star, so it's not one of those that you have to find the top and the bottom and all that. So just put that together, and then you're going to take this one and just kind of poke on there. All right, same with this one. I started in a corner, I go to the next corner, and then everything else pretty much falls really close into place. So that way you're not going to have your glue, you don't want to see your glue in there, right? And then just kind of stick it in there. And then I put my dimensionals. There we go. And you could put a little name tag on it, a little gift tag. I even thought like making this front part a gift tag, something they can take off of the bag and, you know, put on their tree or use it as a gift tag or whatever. But I thought this was just so cute. And like I said, I've been wanting to make this since last year, and I've done something close to it. But now I won't bore you with doing the tissue on the inside, but this is what she did. Not tissue, but she just took the same color that you use and just made little strips and crinkled them up. And how cute is that to add in the bag? So there's the blue. And what I forgot that we need to do is on our card. So there's the card for that and the envelope. Okay. And then here's this one with this and our gold envelope, right? And then what I forgot to do on this one is to add our rhinestones. So we're just going to add some of these gorgeous champagne rhinestones. So I've showed you before, I like to cut mine on the edge. And so, okay, funny story. So right here, I don't know if you can see it, but I had that branch thing I was telling you about, and I didn't like the way it looked, and so I took it off. Well, it tore a little piece of my paper and there. So what I did is I took my Peacock, the light Peacock alcohol ink, And I lightly colored the paper behind the stone. I'm going to see if you can see it. I don't know if you can really see, but just because it's a little blurry. But so I colored that in and put a stone on it. And then this one, I just really put a stone on it because it wasn't as big. And my daughter was like, oh my gosh, you can't even tell. And I'm like, well, that's good. But I mean, embellish, guys, if you mess up. It's funny, a lot of people say, well, don't you make mistakes all the time? All the time. You just embellish, or you make it into something else, or you turn it over. There's always a way to fix it. Many times I have cut the front of the card off and started it over as something else, because you just gotta do what you gotta do, right? But these champagne stones, you guys, are so pretty. And I think they're coppery enough to reflect off the ribbon, the copper ribbon and the copper paper. Oh, this is my inside because I gotta wait for my vanilla. So anyway, there we go, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It was so much fun. Now it's gonna be like Christmas for me when I go out and open up the orders, which are pretty much my customer orders for our next party, but I do have my vanilla paper in there I'm waiting for. I hope you enjoyed them, you guys. It was a lot of fun. Again, here's a little bit closer. That's one of the cards, and here's another one. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys so much for always joining me. And for those that joined me on Sunday, thank you. My granddaughter had a ball. Here are all of my locations for my blog, my Facebook page, and I'm on Instagram. I need to get better about getting on Instagram. Thank you, Vay. Hopefully I'll see you on Sunday. It's Tuesday. I have a feeling I'm going to be on before Sunday. So I may do a surprise, maybe on my Facebook page. I'll probably do a live on my Facebook page this week. So if you want to jump over to Marcy Besker Designs and subscribe, you'll see me over there. Thanks, Steph. So you guys, thank you so much. I will not be doing Christmas until probably the last week of August. My son is actually coming the last week of August, and my grandson that I just got home from seeing. My son's in a wedding. If the wedding happens and it doesn't have to get canceled, because they've been kind of up in the air. So he probably won't be helping me. He's 21 months old. So I may be escaping to come in here to get a card done. So, but we'll go back to Christmas closer to the time. I've got a lot of fun things that I want to create with and share with you. And that stuff is August 4th is when it's available. Karen, if you're on, I'm saying hi. I hope you made it on. I know you were going to try. And I appreciate you being a first-time watcher. If you guys are a first-time watcher, I'd love for you guys to say hi. Let me know where you're from. It's really fun to see returning people and visit. And I just have a lot of fun. It's really like you guys are here crafting with me. Stephanie does come craft with me, so that's fun. Kelly comes and crafts with me. So we have a lot of fun when we get to craft. So I'm going to get busy on some projects that are coming up. I have a great class with the Beautiful Friendship set. If you go to my blog and go to events, you'll see some information. It's also on my Facebook page. And I'm talking to my phone because I'm reading messages. Sorry. And you're over here. If you go to my blog or my Facebook page, there's some details on there, and it is going to be a really cute, fun class. And I don't have the project close to me, or I would show you. But if you are interested in that, let me know. I'll give you more details. I know stuff, long time. And yeah, and then we have a really fun Christmas card class that's coming up too. So thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I would love for you to subscribe. If you ring the bell below, like my granddaughter said, don't forget to ring the bell. You will get notified of when I go live and when I post. So that'd be awesome. And again, on my blog, if you subscribe there, you will get the videos that I do here and more information and pictures. And on my Facebook page, I do post a lot of items there and some funny stuff and comments, and we like to chat on there. And also, I usually say, hey, I'm going live today, or I'm going live, in an hour or whatever. So that might be really helpful too, because I know I love it when people say I'm going live in an hour, and I'm like, oh gosh, I would have totally forgot because I don't know what day it is. So anyway, thanks a lot, you guys. I really appreciate it, and have a fabulous week. Catch me on Facebook. I will be doing a live sometime this week. All right. See you Sunday.